You know, the best part of 2020 is the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Thank God for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
I am so excited, but we don't know too much about you unless viewers have already stalked your Instagram, which I am guilty of. So we are going to play a little game to get to know you a bit more.
I love games, yes.
So it's just like a little rapid fire, first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
So describe yourself in one word.
Extra.
How would others describe you?
Extra.
I love it.
For sure.
What is your signature catchphrase?
My signature catchphrase. Probably Shah amazing. I always say that.
What is your favorite drink?
Tequila.
Good choice. Celeb crush.
Celeb crush. Oh, my celeb crush would be for sure Beyonce. Like in a you know, like my girl crush would for sure be Beyonce.
What about your other fave housewife franchise? Other than the Salt Lake City, what other show do you like to watch in the Bravo
franchise? Atlanta.
Would you ever transfer there if you had a chance?
Yeah, can I get a pink slip transfer, please?
I love it. Okay, who is your fave fellow housewife on the show? Who's your bestie?
Oh, my bestie, Lisa.
Lisa. Okay, what about your least favorite housewife?
Well, that would probably be Mary.
Okay.
Mary M. Cosby, yeah.
What about the shadiest housewife on the series?
The shadiest housewife on this series would be probably Heather.
Heather. Okay, why Heather? Give us a little tease.
Heather's very strategic in her, I mean, she's been a housewife fan like since, I don't know, 2010. So she's very strategic in her, you know, everyday dealings, I guess I should say.
Okay, I see. What about the most boring housewife on
Meredith?
Meredith. Okay, that was quick.
I mean, there was no hesitation there. Yep, Meredith.
Okay, who parties the most on the cast in the Housewives?
Whitney.
Whitney. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Well, now that we got that, we know a little bit more about you. I do want to ask, you're the first Polynesian housewife in the franchise. What does that mean to you coming on the show? And do you think Bravo, how do you think Bravo is doing on representation?
You know, being the first Polynesian housewife, it's like, that's a huge thing for me. It's a huge honor. You know, I have so many people reaching out to me from Tonga and Hawaii and Polynesians all over New Zealand, Australia. And it's like, it's such an honor for me to be able to represent the housewives and be the first. I think as far as representation from Bravo, I think that where Bravo's going right now, you're seeing a lot more diversity with all the different franchises. And I personally appreciate that. I think the majority of America also appreciates that. I think that's where, I mean, that's what America is. We're diverse, right? And so I think it's important to have representation from all different walks of life and people that, you know, are not just Caucasian. I think that's important because I think it's important for people to be able to watch the show and be able to identify with the different, you know, minorities, ethnicities on the Bravo Housewife shows.
And now with Salt Lake City, we also get more religions. So I do want to ask, can you please break down the reason why you converted from Mormonism to Islam? Because I know it's been teased, but can you explain to viewers why you decided to change?
Yeah, so I was raised Mormon. You know, my family was raised Mormon. My grandparents converted to Mormonism. And so I was raised Mormon. When I went to college, I met my husband, Sharif, there. We got married. 5 years into our marriage, you know, I was like, okay, we need to start really thinking about how do we want to raise our children, it was important to me to not have confusion, you know, why is dad this religion and why is mom that religion? So of course I looked at Sharif and I was like, well, just convert to Mormonism. And he was like, hold on a second. There's a one issue. They didn't accept, you know, blacks into the church. And I didn't know that, because growing up, they don't tell you, they don't tell you that the bad things, right? So I didn't know that. And I told him, I said, that's not true. And he's like, yes, it is. I honestly didn't think that that was true. I went to my mom, I asked her, I went to the bishop, you know, and my mom was like, yeah, that was true, but it was just a long time ago. And I couldn't get a good answer that I felt good with, that I was able to to explain to my husband or my children why they should belong to a church that, you know, at one point didn't accept them. And so at that point, that's when I thought, you know what, I'm going to convert to Islam. And it honestly, because I decided to choose Islam, is because I wanted the example that my husband set for me. He never pushed the religion on me, and he's a good person, a good heart. And so that's why I was like, you know what, I want my sons to have that as an example. And so I felt good about, you know, that was the right decision for me and for our family.
Well, I do want your insider knowledge, because it seems like the show is centered around the Mormon religion, but it also looks like you girls love to party, like to have fun. So how does that work? Do they some of the girls just don't follow the rules, or like, how is that going to work this season?
Yeah. So, you know, it's interesting because everybody here, yeah, I mean, that's the predominant religion here, right? Mormon. And you're supposed to be devout Mormon, pioneer women, or whatever that means. But you look, most Mormons I know, I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but I'm speaking the truth. Most Mormons I know, they drink, or literally, they don't follow every single rule. Like Lisa is like, hey, I'm Mormon 2.0. And she's kind of like made a new sect of the Mormon religion, right?
Right. So
I think that's what a lot of people that I know personally do. And a lot of women on the show that are Mormon, they definitely don't follow. None of the Mormons on the show follow the rules. I'll just tell you that. Like the rules that are laid out by the Mormon church.
Right. And how is your relationship with the ladies now? I know you already filmed. You said Mary might be the least favorite one for you right now, but how is your relationship overall with the ladies?
You know, overall, we're all cordial. We're on group text, you know, but we definitely have our favorites and the ones we're closest to. Like I'm closest to Lisa. I talk to her multiple times, literally every day. If I don't talk to her every day, it's like, what's wrong? You know? But yeah, we're cordial. All of us, you know, we know we're a friend group, right? So we go through our ups and downs, and there's some awkward times, but I think the goal is to always like get through it and resolve it, you know, and move on. I mean, I personally don't like the contention. I'll go 0 to 100, but it's only to like be like, what's wrong? Let's address it, and then, okay, I'm good, and move on. Not all of the ladies are like that, but that's kind of, you know, that's kind of how I am.
Which I love, and I know viewers will love. Now with Mary, what can you tease what went down between the two of you?
So what I can tease is, you know, Mary is a pastor and a woman of God, but the things she does are very ungodlike. Yeah.
That's saying something, because I also do want you to break down what is her relationship with, who is her husband?
The grandfather?
I'm very confused by that.
So yeah, so basically her grandmother, Mary's husband, basically was the same person that was with the grandmother and now with Mary. Personally, I think that's weird, but you know what, to each their own. Even when I found that out in the beginning, I was like, okay, girl, you, whatever. But you know, because I'm more like, I'm going to judge you on my own experience. And if you're a good person, you're a good person.
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, there's some ungodlike things going on. That's the teaser.
Ooh, well, that's a really big teaser. Now, so many people are excited about the franchise, including other housewives from other cities. Has
Mhm.
anyone reached out to you and given you any advice?
I've had some, you know, some of the other housewives reach out from Dallas, Potomac, you know, Atlanta, just saying, hey, welcome. Because we're like a big sorority, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like they're like my big sister, right? While I'm pledging into this franchise. And the consistent message I've gotten from all of them is, you know what, no matter what, be yourself and be authentic.
Yep.
And that's the consistent message I've received from all of them.
Looking back on this season, do you think you were yourself and you were authentic?
Absolutely. That's my strength, and my weakness is I can't, I'm not capable of keeping my mouth shut and not saying anything. So I was definitely myself. So the world is going to get Jen Shah in season 1. They're just going to get the Jen Shah, this is how it is. I mean, I'm reacting how I would react in any situation, you know?